What's up, guys? LQ here with the LQ review. It's time for my top 25 most anticipated movies of 2024. Now, I'm still working on my top list of my best movies of 2023. I might be trying to be a little too ambitious with this list. I'm trying to include all the movies that I watched in 2023. So I'm going to have that video out by this weekend. But I thought, hey, let's go ahead and get the top 25 most anticipated movies of 2024 out of the way. So let's just count down. Number 25 is Sonic the Hedgehog 3. I haven't been a super fan of this franchise so far, but I've liked both of the movies. And because I've liked both of the movies, Sonic the Hedgehog 3 sneaks into that 25th spot. All right, number 24 is Rebel Moon Part 2, The Scavenger. I liked Rebel Moon Part 1, didn't love it. I think it's a very middle of the road Zack Snyder film. So again, Rebel Moon, like Sonic, sneaks into that top 25. All right, number 23, Furiosa, a Mad Max saga. I really liked Mad Max Fury Road, as did pretty much every nerd on the planet. I don't know about having a story that focuses on Furiosa. She was a great character, but I'm still not sold on focusing on this character. And even if I was sold on focusing on this character, I'm not sure that Anya Taylor-Joy is a great fit. But, you know, George Miller, he has earned our trust. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. All right, number 22 is Beetlejuice 2. I know a lot of people have this in their, top 10, maybe even top 5 most anticipated movies of 2024. And don't get me wrong, I'm looking forward to Beetlejuice 2. But even as a child of the 80s and 90s, Beetlejuice was never something that I was a super fan about. I've watched it a few times. I liked the movie, but I was never like, I would have never called myself a Beetlejuice fan. So yeah, I want to see it. It's number 22 on this list, but it's not in the top tier for me, just because, like I said, I was just never a super fan of the original movie. All right, number 21, Kraven the Hunter. I'm still not sold on this whole Sony verse of taking Spider-Man villains and making them good guys. I would have much rather have seen Kraven in a Spider-Man movie, hunting Spider-Man. I think that would have been awesome. But here we are. I'm going to check it out. And I'm looking forward to checking it out. All right, number 20 is The Fall Guy. This one probably would not have made this list if not for the trailer. The trailer was great. Big fan of both the main actors here, Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt. So definitely looking forward to checking out The Fall Guy. It looks funny. It looks action-packed. Looks like the type of movie that I would definitely be into. Number 19 is The Ballerina. This one kind of reminds me a bit of Furiosa. I'm not sure about focusing on this character for a film, but I like this world. And this world has earned my trust. So I'm looking forward to it. Even if I'm not sure of the concept, not sure if it's going to be good, looking forward to it. So Ballerina is number 19. Number 18, Horizon: An American Saga. Now this is going to come out in 2 parts, part 1 and part 2. But I am a sucker for historical dramas. I am a huge fan of the Old West. And I'm a huge fan of Kevin Costner. So with all those 3 pieces being present here, yeah, Horizon: An American Saga, parts 1 and parts 2, I'm very much looking forward to. If a trailer comes out, if a trailer comes out that really looks great, this could even move up on my list. That's how much I like this kind of content. So it's number 18. Number 17, again, a movie that the trailer really sold me, and it's Argylle. I love Henry Cavill. I love this type of movie, a fish out of water action adventure story. It kind of reminded me a little bit of *Romancing the Stone*. Um, Either way, this movie looks like it's gonna be a lot of fun. So Argyle is number 17. Number 16 is Bad Boys 4. I don't know how they did it, but Bad Boys 3 was very good. Better than the second one. The second Bad Boys movie wasn't really that good. The first Bad Boys movie was really good. Bad Boys 2, not so much. Bad Boys 3 was really good. So because of that, yeah, I'm really looking forward to 4. You know, maybe it's going to suck. I don't know. But Bad Boys 3 has me excited about this franchise again. So Bad Boys 4 is number 16. All right, number 15. Number 15 is the third Venom movie. I'm one of those people that liked the first two. I did. I liked Venom and I liked Let There Be Carnage. Let There Be Carnage wasn't quite as good as the first one, but I liked both of them. And I'm really hoping that they can find some ways to tie this franchise to the MCU. I think the MCU could use some of these characters. But yeah, because I like the first two, I really like the first one. I'm definitely looking forward to Venom 3. So it's number 15. All right, number 14. Number 14 is one that I wasn't expecting to be on this list, but here it is all the way up in number 14, and that's Beverly Hills Cop 4. You know, Eddie Murphy's been on a bit of a losing streak for me. I hated Candy Cane Lane. Hated it. I thought it was one of the worst movies I've ever seen. But Beverly Hills Cop is a franchise that I've got a lot of nostalgia for, a lot of love for. Grew up watching those movies. Even the third movie I kind of like. I really like part one. Part one is so good. Part two is good, but I even kind of like the third, and I realize I'm a bit of an outlier there. So yeah, I have hopes that Beverly Hills Cop 4 is going to be good. Yeah. All right, number 13. Number 13 is another one that I think a lot of people have in their top 10, but I didn't love the first one. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it, and that's Dune Part 2. I thought Dune Part 1 was a little dull. Now, I've never read the Dune novel. I have it. I need to get around to reading it, but I've never read it. So I don't know how well it was adapted, the first part. But I do know that for me, it was a little dull, a little slow. So I'm hoping that Part 1 was a lot of setup, and in Part 2, we're going to get just a really fun fantasy adventure type film. I don't know if we will or not. Like I said, I've never read the original source material. So Dune Part 2 is number 13 on my list. Number 12. Number 12 is Joker Folie à Deux? Folie à Deux? Joker 2. I liked the first one a lot. I really did. But I think I've only rewatched it once. So I think I've only seen this movie twice. I don't think it has super high rewatchability factor. At least for me, it doesn't. But that doesn't mean I'm not looking forward to Part 2. I'm definitely curious to see what they're going to do next. I'm very curious to see Lady Gaga's take on Harley Quinn. And the fact that they're making this a musical definitely interests me as well. So, yeah, count me in. Number 11. I love this franchise. And that's Despicable Me 4. I've liked the first 3 Despicable Me movies. I even like the Minion movies. I think these are a lot of fun. They're funny. They're good family films that I can watch with my kids, but they're also movies that I can enjoy. You know, there's enough in there for adults that adults can enjoy them as well. So Despicable Me 4 is one that I'm definitely looking forward to seeing with the whole family. And yeah, I think it's going to be a good time. All right, we're into the top 10 now. It's very likely that my top 10 list will look a lot different than yours, but these are the movies that are most appealing to me. So at number 10 is Alien Romulus. Listen, guys, I'm a huge fan of the Alien franchise. Aliens is one of my favorite movies of all time. Heck, the first Alien is also one of my favorite movies of all time. Start talking about Alien 3. Guess what, guys? I like Alien 3. I know it's not popular to say, but I like it. I like the Alien films. And I don't know if this would have made my top 10 though, if it wasn't for Prey. Prey was so good. I really liked it. And because Prey was so good, I'm hoping, maybe I'm hoping against hope, that Disney is going to do right by these Fox franchises. Because Disney hasn't done right by their own franchises. We can say we know that Disney has not done right by their own franchises. But maybe with these Fox franchises, they're going to do right by them. And maybe, just maybe, Alien Romulus is going to be good. I like the idea of where it's set in the timeline. And I'm just hopeful that they can bring... I'm hopeful they can make aliens scary again. We'll see. Number 9. Number 9 is Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire. Listen, Godzilla vs. Kong was a stupid movie. It was stupid. It didn't make any sense. But it was a lot of fun. Maybe it was just because it was a pandemic movie and I was so happy to be back in the theaters. But I had so much fun with Godzilla vs. Kong. And guess what? I have it. And I've watched it here at home. So I don't think it was just a pandemic thing. I think it was just a stupid, fun movie. So yeah, I'm looking forward to Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire. I'm looking forward to watching these two titans, bro down and go fight a bigger titan. Count me in. Count me in. Sure, Godzilla's sprinting. Let's do it. Let's go. That's number 9. Number 8 is A Quiet Place Day 1. First of all, the first Quiet Place movie is phenomenal. I love it. The second one wasn't quite as good. I put a lot of that on the ending. I don't think the ending did the movie justice. But this franchise, John Krasinski, has earned a lot of trust. We'll talk about that again later. And because of that trust that he's earned, yeah, let's check out a prequel. Prequels usually don't turn out great, at least in my opinion, but let's check it out. That's number 8. Number 7. Number 7 is Gladiator 2. Ridley Scott's movies have not... I think they've been good recently, but they haven't been commercially successful. You look at Killers of the Flower Moon, good movie. It was not commercially successful at all. The Irishman, good movie. Way too long, and it went straight to streaming. So I don't know if there's an audience for Gladiator 2, but I think there is. And you can definitely count me as a part of that audience. So Gladiator 2 is number 7. Number 6, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I loved the trilogy. Even War. I liked War. War was by far the weakest entry. Mostly because I think they sold it wrong. They sold a war movie, and that's not what we got. But I think what this franchise needs is to jump ahead in time. Get to a Planet of the Apes that we're more familiar with. And that's what they're doing here. Or at least a Planet of the Apes that the longtime fans are more familiar with. And that's what they're doing here. So, yeah. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, very excited about. And hopefully it's good. Number 5. Number 5 is Karate Kid 6. Ralph Macchio and Jackie Chan, bringing them together. Bring it on. I hope that this ties into Cobra Kai. I hope that this gives, I hope that this has reverence for what they've done in Cobra Kai and ties into it. We really don't know much yet, but Karate Kid is one of my favorite franchises. Cobra Kai is one of my favorite franchises. So yeah, let's go. All right, number 4, Lord of the Rings: The War of the Rohirrim. It's an animated film, but I think I'm really going to be into this because this goes back to the history of Rohan and Helm's Deep. So yeah, I think the Two Towers, the Battle of Helm's Deep, I think it's the greatest battle ever put on the film, and I'm really excited about this film. I love Lord of the Rings, and I'm really excited about this one. All right, number three. Number three is If. Again, John Krasinski has a lot of goodwill. You know, he's earned a lot of trust. And Ryan Reynolds is the lead. Imaginary characters coming to life. Seems like a little bit of Inside Out going on here. What's that elephant character name? I don't know. But this seems like it's going to be fun, funny, heartfelt. I'm really looking forward to If. And I probably have it a lot higher on my list than most people do. But count me in as far as this is concerned, just because of the talent involved. John Krasinski, Ryan Reynolds, the voice cast of the imaginary characters, all of that has me on board for this. Number two. Number two is Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. Ghostbusters is one of my favorite franchises of all time. I loved Ghostbusters Afterlife. I thought it was a fantastic film. I thought the trailer for Ghostbusters Frozen Empire looked wonderful. Yes, I can't wait for this. Yes, it's my number two. Yes, I realize it's probably higher on my list than anybody else, but I cannot wait for Frozen Empire. But number one on my list, probably going to be number one on a lot of people's list, and that is Deadpool 3. The MCU needs a win, and Deadpool is going to deliver it. I have no doubt this is going to be a big hit. I hope it's good, but I have no doubt it's going to be a big hit. I think it's going to be good. I just hope that Deadpool is the movie that's able to really start making sense of the multiverse saga, because so far nobody's been able to make any sense of the multiverse saga. Seems like different movies have different rules, and it's not really going anywhere. And I hope that this is the movie that can finally point the MCU in a direction and say, hey, this is where we're going. But I love the first two Deadpool movies, and again, when you talk about borrowed trust, Ryan Reynolds has a ton of it. So Deadpool 3 is my number one. All right, guys. What are your top most anticipated films of 2024? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to see, I'd love to read your ideas. All right, guys. Until next time, we'll see you later.